All right, guys. This is podcast number 211. So, unfortunately, if you're on Spotify podcasters, my laptop might die. Having some trouble with my fucking charger. I need to get a brand new charger. And I thought it was charging all this time, but apparently it's not charging. So, yeah, there's that. Anyway, so let's just get into the podcast. Where's my lights? I am all over the place. It's a little too dark in this motherfucker. But yeah, so I saw a really interesting clip today, and this honestly wasn't going to even be the podcast topic, but then I figured I might as well because I guess this is something I know I've covered when it comes to relationships. I've probably covered just about every fucking topic that there is to begin with. And by the way, if you're on YouTube, these are props. Not this side. These are props. So pay that no mind. If you go a little higher, you can see like my Iron Man shit. But yeah. Anyway. But yeah, so I'm on TikTok today and I listened to this fucking clip and such an interesting clip. And it's what is it? Lil Baby's baby mother. And she's just chatting away about her loyalty. But anyway, all right. No, absolutely not. No. Heavens, no. Anyway, so and basically it was about the breakup, right? Well, not a breakup. Long story short, she was saying that she's loyal. Here, what I'll do, maybe you guys can hear the clip. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but we'll try.
I've never cheated on any of my boyfriends ever. I don't cheat, but them little breaks in between them little breakups, that's when I do my dirt. But I never have been in a relationship with a partner and cheated ever.
See it. That's one of the biggest red flags, right there. That's a red flag right there. Listen, for the most part, when you guys take a break and you go on a break with a woman, for the most part, that's a breakup, right? In most cases, because if you're not in a relationship and you're with somebody and then you guys go on a break. Oh, I need to take a break. Now, in most cases, that's a breakup. You guys are no longer together. And the rules of a relationship apply there. Now, I do agree if a woman tries to initiate a breakup, um, you should push her forward for it for a few reasons. Why? If she initiates a breakup, for some reason she doesn't want to be with you. And you don't always want to say that the reason is she wants to see if the grass is greener on the other side, or she's talking to another guy. That could be the case, or she could have been talking to other men. That could be the case also. But it all depends on the person that you're dating. But in most cases, if somebody initiates a breakup with you, you want to say, okay, cool, I respect your decision, go. But most of the time, I would say 90% of the time in your relationship, when somebody wants to initiate a breakup, obviously they still love you, they still care about you. And that's a strong indicator of them saying, oh, just we're not going to be done, because they're a little unsure. And pushing them away is giving them more uncertainty, because if they don't say straight up, I don't want to deal with you no more, I don't want to be with you, obviously they still love you, they still care, but there's some uncertainty and there's things in your relationship that you've been messing up with your dynamics, and for whatever reason that she wants to initiate that breakup. So you have to acknowledge that there's something wrong you're doing in your relationship when it comes to you two dynamics. That's in first and foremost. But the good side is that she's not necessarily leaving you straight up. Now, when it comes to what she's doing, obviously there's a determining factor. And what is the determining factor is who you're dating. Who you're dating is the determining factor. And obviously, this is why I tell you guys, filter out the type of woman you wife before you get into a relationship with them. Because I don't care what anybody says. If you're dating someone and they tell you, oh, I want to take a break, we should take a break. A lot of you guys don't even understand what's going on in that break. And this is honestly, a lot of the time, this is a way for them to not feel guilty and feel ashamed of what they're doing, because technically they're single. So if they're single, the rules and the technicalities of this relationship doesn't really apply. But a bitch who play them technicality shit, play that technicality shit, that's not the one. It's not. It's not. And if you are talking to a female before you wife her, you guys are on a date, and this is game right here. This is free sauce. You never judge. You want to judge them, but you don't judge them to their face. You don't judge them openly. You never want to judge them openly. And why is that? Hold on. You don't want to judge them openly. Why is that? Because if a girl tells you, "Oh, I've never," like Jada said, if she said, "Oh," well, listen what she said.
I've never cheated on any of my boyfriends ever. I don't cheat, but them little breaks.
What about them?
Them little breakups,
right?
That's when I do my dirt.
Oh. So that's when you do your dirt on the little breaks. Okay, cool. So when she says, "Oh, that's when I do my dirt," okay, so what you be doing? You just be having fun. You be getting to it. You be, you know what I'm saying? You be giving out them BJ. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be too judgmental. You almost want to play around with it. Oh, okay, that's what you be doing. How many boyfriends you be having during your little breaks? Oh, okay. How long they be lasting? Like a few months, few weeks? Because that's another thing. How long are these breaks? Oh, we could have took a break for 2 days, a week, 2 weeks. We were on a break for a month, 2 months, 5 months. She out there sucking and fucking. Sucking and fucking. Now, that's not the case always. You know if you have a good girl. You know. But if I'm dating a girl and she tells me, I'm like, oh, okay, that's lit. You be getting it in, huh? You be getting it in. I wish you would have found me on a break. I would have been down. Shit, your break would have been no longer a break. You would have want to stay. You would have broke it off completely. Straight amputation. But the thing is, when they come to you and tell you this type of shit, you don't want to come off judgmental. You want to say, oh, okay, cool. You want to seem like you don't really care about it, like it's nonchalant, like, yeah, whatever. But you know deep down, in most cases, the guys who are not dumb, this is not a type of woman you wife. Because understand that there are women out there who don't do this shit. There are women out there that just don't move like that. There are women out there who just cheating, it is just not in them. That is not a part of who they are. They can't do it. They won't do it. There are women out there who understand that just because we go on a break, I'm not going to go give my body to a whole nother perfect stranger. And another way to think about this is, if she loves you and she's in love, she's not just going to step out because you guys took a break on your relationship and go have sex with other people. This is not a good loyal person. I'm not going to say she's a bad person for it, but she's not loyal. And then obviously there's problems with morality there, right? But most of all, at the very bottom, at the very least of it all, if you go on a break and she goes around fuck with somebody, even if she just goes on dates and starts entertaining other men and not taking the time to herself to understand why you took a break, giving her time to heal and try to understand if she actually still wants to be with you, she can't make a clear decision if she's being altered by talking to other men. And if she still really loves you, she's not going to go and fucking be talking to other men, hooking up with other men. And in the case of Jada doing her dirt, we can only imagine what dirt means. She's leaving the rest up to imagination. I just see her doing all types of sucking dick from the back and everything, eating ass, having raw sex, everything. That's dirt. Porn scene. That's exactly what comes to my mind. Understand, and this goes back to the filtering mechanism. If you're dating a girl and she tells you that straight up, oh, I be doing, okay, that's interesting. You don't judge her. Oh, damn. You just be out here fucking niggas. That's what you be doing? Yeah, ho. No, don't do that. No, okay, that's lit. I understand that. You know, you can even fun with it. I've been there a few times. You know, you just be having fun. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You're not cheating, right? You're not cheating. But in the back of your head, you dirty bitch. You out here just be fucking motherfuckers, huh? I know not to wife your ass. I wouldn't even give her the time of day because, and this is the tough part, because a lot of guys, you fall in love with these women, and then All right, she going her break and do the dirt. Now you know this information. She already told you that, and you already knew. And your stupid ass still gonna go ahead and wife her. Okay, you fucking dummy. Now when she's cheating on you and you hurt and you coming to KB, oh KB, oh my wife, she's been cheating. Well, did you know she was this type of woman? Oh yeah, I mean, she did say, okay, you stupid motherfucker. That's on you. Why would you stay with somebody and you know she's gonna do this type of shit if y'all go on a break? She told you, oh, on my breaks, that's what I do on my dirt. She told you that from day one. She told you that in the interview process. She told you what type of person she is. And this is where your filtering mechanism comes from. You need to take that and put that into a filtering mechanism. So some men, if they see this, the men that don't have high standards, the motherfuckers that just accept anything, yeah, she's bad. Okay, yeah, she's bad. She has a pretty face, nice short little stature, nice butt, right? Nice little body. She's a cutie, sure, of course. But that doesn't mean you just settle for anything. You are literally torturing yourself. And then on top of that, this is somebody who's going to raise your kids. That is not the type of woman who you want to wife, let alone have kids with. Ideally, you would want to have some kids with somebody who you can potentially, or at least try to have a family with. If things don't work out, they don't work out. It is what it is. Fine. So be it. But do not wife these women. And at least if that's not enough for you, like, oh, maybe she did that because she wasn't happy with the dude. Yes, I agree. Sometimes different men can bring out different sides of women. I agree 1,000%. But that doesn't mean that you don't take that shit into account, especially when they tell you. So, and I even put this in the book, the filtering mechanism that should be out by the end of the month or sometime during this month. But say out of 10, if she says that she cheated before in the past or she tells you something like this, she does her dirt. Yeah, I would say if she says she cheated in the past, you take 3 points. 3 points out of 10. So you're taking 3 points automatically. Or 4. Right? 4. 60 isn't passing to me. 70 is passing. So if she knocks out 3 and she does 7, she still has a chance. But if she says she cheated before in the past and she doesn't cheat in a relationship, she only cheats on a break, that's still a fucking red flag for me. Automatically, I'm taking 2 to 3 points anywhere, but it depends. It depends on how if she's bad, I want to give her a chance, automatically 2 points. You already got 2 points deducted out of 10 because now that says to me that your degree of loyalty is at a certain standard. It's not the top tier loyalty because you have some women that don't do any of that shit. You have some women that think that looking at a man and having conversation with a man inappropriately for too long is considered cheating. And some of these women, they just have that level of morality and they won't do it at all. Some women, they men are like that and they're just not like that. They just can't bring themselves. They have certain standards. They were raised in a certain way. Just not going to give up their body and just have sex with a complete stranger because they're on a break and they're free from their relationship. Like, so you're just going to have sex with somebody just because you guys are on a break and you already established the fact that you're not done, but you just need to take some space. Like, these things, put yourself in a situation and understand if you don't like this type of shit, cool. Then that's probably not the person you want to wife. Because chances are you can encounter this type of behavior or have to deal with this type of behavior in a relationship. Even worse, if you decide to marry this person, you think you're in love, sex is amazing, everything's good, you guys get along, you marry it, you go, something happens, you're going to take a break. Because honestly, if somebody does that on a break, I feel like they can do that shit while they're in a relationship. Obviously, how in love that person is to a degree that all that stuff matters. But I would not trust this kind of woman. I couldn't do it automatically. I say 2 points, but she's getting 3 points out of 10 taken off from me. She's already made out of 70. And now anything else after that, all she needs is 1 point taken off. That is a major red flag. High quality women aren't doing that. They're not. As far as personality goes, high quality women aren't doing that. And you don't necessarily have to have a straight baddie for her to be high quality, but you want to make sure that the basics is down. I would take a solid 6, almost 7, even if you don't count the 7, like how Kevin Samuels would do it. A solid 6. She got a nice big booty, nice cake, and a decent face over the girl that's a 9 or 10, and I know she got bad habits. I'll take the 6 over the 8 if she got a fat ass. as a wife, because you're talking long term. If she looks cute, and if she's cute, and you know you can produce some good and decent looking kids, if her mentality is good, but the 8, oh yeah, I cheat on breaks. I do my dirt. Yeah, I've cheated before in the past. You bitch, you done first date, you're done. Because that's both 3 points. 3 points out of 10. 3 points. 3 points. Bitch, you down to 4. You're already failing first date. And obviously, when you want to get this information out of them, you don't judge them. You say, oh, okay, that's cool. I bet you be lit, huh? What get you lit? The Casamigos? I'm talking Casamigos. I don't even fucking drink. I've never been drunk. But I'm just chatting them up. And, getting them open so they open up and tell me everything I want to fucking know. Oh, word? So tell me the craziest thing you did on your break. Oh, word? You had a threesome? So tell me this. Was it 2 guys or 2 girls? Or a girl and a guy? How was it? Because they'll say 2 guys talking about, yeah, I had a 3. No, bitch, you had a train ran on you. That's a train. That's not a threesome. That's called a fucking train. But understand, have standards. Have standards and be able to judge between this shit, because y'all motherfuckers just be wifing anything. Yeah, really do. And you have to have a filtering mechanism. And I think that if guys had a criteria to go by, I think we would have less problems in relationships. And you just wouldn't wife anybody. Because a lot of you guys are not even aware that this element of a relationship, or this element of dating, even exists. A lot of you guys just wife anything. A lot of you guys aren't even aware what a filtering mechanism is. And yes, I'm going hard to promote it now because the book is coming at the end of the month. But you have to understand that you just can't wife anything. You just can't wife anything. And you should have a point system out of 10. And out of 10, for every red flag, there should be a half a point. This is a half a point. This is a whole point. Whole finger gone. Half, whole. Right? So there should be a point system or criteria you have to judge a woman. And a lot of people look at that clip and they don't even see nothing wrong with it. Oh yeah, she be doing her dirt. Well, at least she loyal. No, motherfucker, because if she has that in her, any woman that has the ability and the capability of doing something like that, because I've been with women, I've been with beautiful women, top tier, and that's just not something they have within them. They just don't want to be talking to men and giving their time to men. Why? Because they still love me. They still want to be with me. They're infatuated with me. Why? Because obviously I'm gaming them. I know what I'm doing. But the relationship dynamics is so strong, and our connection and our bond is so strong. For her to give herself to somebody else makes her cry. I've been with women. Oh, I don't want to be with anybody else. It makes me cry. It makes me sad that I would have to give myself. I don't want to start over. Okay, I get it. Talk to me. Come over. I'll come over. Then you work it out. But a woman that's going to take a break and say, yeah, oh, I'm not cheating. A bitch run that technicality at you. And even if you're with a woman and you know she did that, if you're with a woman right now, don't, when I say wife, or don't just make it a girlfriend. Do not make her your wife. Do not marry her. Now, I get it. Usually you attract the type of person you are. You attract somebody within your realm. And that's not true all the time, because sometimes you'll have a guy or a woman that's really good and just attract a shit partner. But that's something about you. You can't accept shit like that. It is not okay. You got to have standards. And the big problem is a lot of you guys don't have standards. And I get it. Some of these women are bad, but that's not the criteria. That's not the all and be all. Even if you say, okay, cool, I'm going to just have fun with her. A lot of you motherfuckers get caught up. Oh, you trying to have fun with her. Now, why you getting all mad because she talking to other men? I thought she was just for fun. And that's even more of a reason why you don't wife these type of women. When they show you these signs, have a criteria. Why? Because at the end of the day, it's on you. She's not going to ask you to be her boyfriend. Women don't do that. She's not going to ask you to marry her. That is your job. That is your responsibility. That is a luxury that you have. You have the responsibility. You have the luxury. You have the power when it comes to determining a relationship. So when we're talking about, bitch, you ain't no prize. You're not going to die for me. You're not going to defend me in the street. You're probably not going to take care of me. No, some women will. If you're doing your thing, some women will. But as a man, you want to have some type of pride. You want to have some type of dignity. You don't want a woman really taking care of you like that. Right? There's nothing wrong with some help. But the point is, at the end of the day, it's on you. You make that determining factor. You determine whether, oh, I'm going to wife her or not. So have your criteria and have your point system. And if you're with this kind of woman, I would advise you get rid of that bitch. Seriously. I would advise you get rid of her. Why? Because look at what you're dealing with. And I feel like women like that are so sneaky because chances are, even when they go on a break and they do a whole bunch of shit, she's probably not going to tell you. And chances are, ask, if you ask, she's probably going to lie. Oh yeah, I sucked like 5 dicks. I had sex with a whole bunch of niggas. I did all this shit. Yeah. Oh, what? I had a trend ran on me. You think she's gonna tell you? No, she's not. She's not gonna tell you that. What woman straight up boldly to your face? And even if she downplays it, you gotta assume that it's more. Yeah, I hooked up with one guy. That's 3 automatically. Automatically. Even if that's not the case, you should have so much standards and have so much self-respect for yourself and love for yourself that if a bitch say, oh, well, yeah, I was doing it. Okay. You know what? Got it. Because if a bitch try to get back with me after she had a whole good time with whoever or however many people, I don't want you anymore. I don't care how long. I don't give a fuck. We were married and I found out you had sex with somebody on the break. Done. I don't give a fuck. We're done. We're done. But that goes to show how highly I hold myself. That goes to show the type of respect that I have for myself. You understand? And a lot of guys aren't there with it. A lot of you guys don't even have the respect for yourself. And you got to understand and another reason why I just say that I wouldn't deal with them overall, because it's a character thing. That comes down to your personality, your character, who you are. If a woman has the capability of even doing that, and I see she's done that in the past, my standards are so high that I would be done with her. Now, I can understand why guys, if a girl's cheated in the past and he still gives her a chance, that's okay and that's cool. That's why I say sometimes you would take 2 points for that, depending on the circumstances. If you get the details, because sometimes women do this shit when they're young, super young, could be a teenager, early 20s. Some women could regret it as soon after they did it and never did it again because they didn't like how it felt. And they let their emotions get the most of them. They can acknowledge that it was a bad decision and they never will and never have and never will do it again. Right. So you got to give sometimes people the benefit of the doubt. But for me, if I'm choosing a life partner, you almost then X yourself out. You almost then X yourself out. Because I still feel like it's a character thing. Because there's something about you, it's something about your buildup, it's something about your DNA that says that you're okay with doing shit like that. Yeah, sometimes you might fuck with a girl and it might not go nowhere, but at the end of the day, I'm not gonna wife you because I don't want you passing this ideology or these type of genetics or traits or whatever the fuck you want to call it onto my children, right? And I don't want to go through that type of stress and pressure and think that in the back of my head, I know she has the potential. I know she has it in her to do this kind of thing. So I'm not going to set myself up for failure. It may seem a little harsh, it may seem mean, and some women may say, oh, it's hypocritical, but I'm pretty sure I don't give a fuck. Because at the end of the day, I'm the one who determines who's going to be in a relationship. You're not going to ask me to be your man. You're not going to ask me to be your husband. That responsibility falls on me. So I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. Oh, well, men do it. I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. This is my determination. This is my prerogative. I'm daddy, bitch. I get the last say so. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit you talking about. Oh, but men, oh, if it was a man, it would be all right, okay. And your point is, are you gonna ask me to fucking marry you? I would if it was. Shut up. I'm not trying to hear all this stupid shit. Women trying to come back and know, oh, well, it's so hypocrite. I don't give a fuck. I don't. Like, stop talking. Because at the end of the day, I have to make a right decision. I have to choose my family. I have to make the decision to know if this person is going to be a good representation of me. She's not going to embarrass me. And the number one thing, a lot of you guys don't understand, like, this vindictive shit. Anybody who says that they're doing dirt, you get your dirt, you do your dirt, and when you're on those breaks, That sounds vindictive to me. And you know, that's the number one rule. If she tells you she's vindictive, that's automatically 4 points taken. Now, if you consider a 60 passing, and when I was in school, 60 wasn't passing, 60 was failing, 65 was just passing, and a 70. I got a lot of 65s when I was younger. But the point is, that's failing for me because you have that vindictive mentality. And I've talked about it. I even talked about it in a book that's coming soon. Vindictive women are not the way to go. And it's like, especially, and here's my thing. It's like so many questions you have to ask when a woman says, on those breaks, I do my dirt. Okay, so what are the contexts? Why are you guys on a break? Did he cheat? What if he never cheated? Are you still doing dirt? If you have a really good, upstanding, loyal to your degree, you know, everybody defines loyalty differently. Just perfect man, so to say. Are you still doing your dirt? Like what are your circumstances? What allows you? And I don't even think people think about this. Oh, I'm not in a relationship, so I just do what I want. And you motherfuckers accept that shit. Yeah, you'll go on a date with a bitch and she be bad, and she'd tell you all this shit. You'd be like, oh well, he was on your break, so you know it is what it is. As long as you don't do it to me, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, for sure, daddy, bitch. Listen, like I said, I do agree that different men can bring out different sides of women, but don't wife these type of women. Don't put these type of women in relationships. And if you're with this type of woman currently, you need to reevaluate that relationship. Because I know it's a sad, but I know a lot of you motherfuckers are with women and she done did dirt and did all types of crazy shit. And you motherfuckers just stay with them. Just stay with them thinking nothing's wrong. That shit is never okay. It's not. It's not, because like I said, it comes down to a character thing. It comes down to a character thing. And like I said, and I'll end it off with this, it's something in their DNA. It's something a part of their makeup. They have something in them that says that this is okay. And when a woman does that, I imagine all the things that she can and will do behind my back. And I'm not trying to make you guys paranoid here. Oh, I shouldn't trust my bitch. I shouldn't trust. No, you know the type of woman you're with. If you filter a woman out good and you know that, like, oh, if we take a break, I just know my girl. She's not like that. She doesn't have the heart to do that. One, yeah, I would say that tonight you should take that with a grain of salt. If you do trust her, you know she's just not that kind of girl. She wouldn't do that. Sure. But remember, you can't put that past anybody. So you never give anybody 100% of trust. Even if you give her 90 fucking 8, don't give her the rest. Just understand that it's always a possibility. Right? And some women are just not like that, so much so that they would get offended that you would even think about them doing something like that. But you can never put it past anybody. Because sometimes a lot of these men who are fucking simps, who are not even sure that this world and this element doesn't exist, or who don't have access to this type of knowledge, are not even aware what a filtering mechanism is, are not even aware of how to filter a woman out, or don't even have a criteria to go by. They thought that their woman was good too. And just as I'm giving you a criteria, I can promise you somewhere, somehow, there's somebody that has knowledge that is deeper than mine, that can examine on even a deeper level. And you may have my knowledge and say, well, you know what? KB got this shit covered. I've been studying KB. I've been following for years. I know for sure. I filter my girls out straight. I've been watched all the KB content. I know my bitch ain't like that. I'm telling you, myself, even if you have watched all of my fucking content, never put it past anybody. Even though it may be a very low probability, you don't put it past anybody. Now, I don't have super trust issues. I've never gone through, I have, but I've never, like, this is not something I consistently do. I don't go through my girl's phone all the time. I'm not just always like, oh, I need to see what she's doing. I need to see this. No, I've never been that kind of dude. I just trust my instincts, and I understand that I believe that I'm intuitive enough to understand if a woman is cheating, if her behavior is cheating, and looking at her behavior patterns and just understanding the type of shit that she does, asking questions, seeing how she responds. I feel like I'm intuitive enough to come to that conclusion to understand if something suspicious is going on. And I understand if she has that potential in her, but never put it past anybody. So you never give somebody 100% of trust. That doesn't mean you just go about being paranoid and start overthinking, but you need to take things with a grain of salt and don't just trust anybody. Never put it past them. Period. But anyway, guys, that's podcast 211. I'm on Zoom for the guys who have questions. I'm gonna log off here. But anyway, guys, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll be back very soon. If not tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. I'm out.